I'm Jenna Thompson, 32 years old, living in Austin, Texas. I've always been the glue holding my family together, or at least I thought I was. This role, this identity, has been my burden and my pride. But on that sweltering July afternoon, the pain gnawed at me beneath my skin. We gathered for our annual family reunion in our backyard, where the heat clung like a weight I couldn't shake. Laughter bounced off the weathered fence, the smell of grilled burgers wafting through the air, yet I felt a warm glow mixed with an unsettling chill as I watched my relatives exchange stories. I had spent months organizing this event, every detail planned with utmost care. But while others feasted and delighted in conversation, I found myself in the kitchen, turning burgers and ensuring the grill didn't go cold, trying to stay busy. I couldn't shake the memory of my 16-year-old self, skipping prom to work a double shift at the diner just to help Mom cover bills. I laughed along with the others, but a piercing sense of isolation coursed through me, an unseen ache buried deep inside, amplified with every forced smile. I remember glancing toward my brother, Tom, his laughter ringing a little too loud, a little too carefree. He was smooth and effortless, the golden child of the family, while I was tethered to the kitchen like a shadow. As summer melted into fall, the warmth faded into chilling shadows. The betrayal struck one fateful afternoon when Mom called, her voice cheerful and effervescent, thick with wine. "Your brother got accepted into that prestigious art school he always dreamed of, Jenna. We're throwing him a celebration." I felt my heart convulse, an invisible fist tightening around my chest. This was not just another event, it was recognition, a celebration I had never received. I had sacrificed my own ambitions for them countless times, yet here I was, a ghost in my family's narrative, my worth diminished to that of a mere shadow. At the party, I stood at the periphery, pouring drinks while my brother basked in applause, his art displayed like trophies, bright and celebrated. Each clap felt like a punch to my gut. The same mother who once wept with me over lost dreams now laughed at his successes, her eyes sparkling with pride. I was the invisible woman, the one who whispered encouragement while she cheered for her son. I watched as the fissure deepened in the roots of our family tree, feeling its tremors resonate in my heart. "It's just how things are," they said, dismissing my pain as if it were an afterthought. Months went by, and each day added to the weight I carried. I spent hours rolling this bitterness around in my mind, cultivating my vengeance. Each moment felt like fuel feeding a quiet fire inside me, and then one day, it happened. I got a call from a gallery seeking a new marketing director. As they talked about culture, innovation, and art, I felt my own heart quicken with a dark excitement. The exhibition was themed around emerging artists, and unbeknownst to them, my brother's image was central to this debut. I took the job with a smile that felt like a knife's edge. The gallery's grand opening approached, and that night, I slipped into a sleek gown, my identity cloaked in confidence. As I walked through the room filled with well-dressed patrons admiring the art, I felt the tide shifting. When the time came for speeches, I grabbed the microphone, my voice steady and clear. "Thank you all for coming this evening," I began, feigning delight. Laughter and cheers reverberated around the room. My family, seated at one of the coveted tables, looked on, their proud smiles reflecting the lights. This evening is a celebration of creativity and dedication, but let's not forget the journey that brought us all here. Specifically, let's take a moment for the artist who only aspires to share his work, forgetting the very sister who helped him rise. Silence fell like a curtain, smothering the laughter, leaving only the echoes of my truth hanging heavy in the air. Their expressions shifted. My mother's face froze, transforming into a canvas of shock. Tom's smile faltered, morphing into confusion, and I savored the twist of regret swirling in the room. "Cheers to those who define success differently," I concluded, my words hanging like a spell as I raised my glass, the weight of my unyielding truth falling over them like a shadow. In that moment, I felt a blend of emotions: anger, pride, a bittersweet taste of justice. I savored the lingering quiet, a moment that felt just right. I wasn't just voicing my betrayal, I was reclaiming my narrative. The family that had erased me found themselves painted in hues of my grievances, and each of their faces mirrored the pain I once carried alone. It had consumed me, but now it sparked within me a quiet flame, a sense of triumph. As I turned to leave the stage, feeling their eyes bore into my retreating back, I whispered a silent goodbye to the girl who had spent her life trying to be seen. I had finally settled the score, not with violence or rage, but with the undeniable truth that I existed, that I mattered, and that it was time they saw me. I felt light, unburdened, finally free of the chains of invisibility that had held me hostage for years. Some toasts are meant to be swallowed with regret, and I had finally raised mine in defiance. They finally saw me, and I never had to scream.